show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on the magic carpet to ride a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go. We're saying we're only dreaming.
Okay. I see what's happening, yeah. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Open your eyes, let's begin. Yes, it's really me, it's Maui, breathe it in. I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod. When you're staring at a demigod, what can I say except you're welcome? For the tides, the sun, the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. I'm just an ordinary demiguy. Hey, what has two thumbs and pulled up the sky? When you were waddling yay high, this guy. When the nights got cold, who stole you fire from down below? You're looking at him, yo. Oh, also I lassoed the sun. You're welcome to stretch your days and bring you fun. Also I harnessed the breeze. You're welcome to fill your sails and shake your trees. So what can I say except you're welcome? For the islands I pulled from the sea. There's no need to pray, it's okay, you're welcome. Ha! I guess it's just my way of being me. You're welcome, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, kid, honestly I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground, oh that was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel, I buried its guts, sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson, what is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the tapestry here in my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been, I make everything happen. Look at that, me, mini Maui, just look at that. Well, anyway, let me say you're welcome for the wonderful world you know. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, I gotta go. Hey, it's your day to say you're welcome. Cause I'm gonna need that boat. I'm sailing away, you're welcome. Cause Maui can do everything but float. You're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you!
Alright, and with that, we are live, and we somehow already lost 2 people. That was quick. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station. I'm searching for anything and everything animation, and tonight is the big Disney finale. We have been reviewing a lot of Disney movies this month. We just reviewed Wish yesterday, and now is the time we've all been waiting for. Also, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you had a great time with your family, ate lots of food, and well, prepared yourself for the crazy holiday season that's probably right around the corner. So, before we get into any of that, though, we have this big finale to this entire Disney marathon. The Walt Disney Animation Studios tier list. All 62 films ranked from worst to best. Tier list style, which means we're going to go in chronological order and put them into certain, categories, and then at the end we will put them. I do not know why I'm getting weird notifications. It's weird. Anywho, and then put them in specific orders at the end of the video. I talked about a decent bit of these in length, so the ones I've already talked about at length, I'll try to be brief. And the ones that I didn't get to review this month because it was too far back in the catalog or I just didn't like them, I'll try to also be brief, but a bit more explanatory. That's the word I was working for, explanatory. So without further ado, let's switch this to the live scene. Hope you guys are having a great night tonight. And this is going to be a very long video. So before we begin, let's start by taking a look at our tiers here. First up, we have the Masterpiece Collection. That's the name of the top tier. That's a reference to those of you that collected the VHS tapes back in the day, where they were mostly all labeled as the Masterpiece Collection. So yeah, I'll call you in a sec, Mountain Kitty. Just a sec. And then after that, we have the great tier, and then we have the good tier, and then we have the okay tier, the movies that are just okay, but not really, my personal thing. Then we have the movies I think that are bad or mediocre. Then there's the terrible movies, and then at the very bottom, of course, is the Shadow Realm. We cannot forget about the Shadow Realm. Yes, it's a reference to Yu-Gi-Oh!, and it's for the bottom of the barrel of all the rankings. So, and then right below that are the haven't seen or don't remember, which is movies that I either haven't seen because I don't have the time yet, or I just don't really remember them all that well. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and call Mountain Kitty real quick. So let me throw you guys into the intermission screen, because there are some private chats on my Discord I don't want you guys to see. So let me call Mountain Kitty. We will talk about these movies together, I guess. I wasn't expecting this to be a crossover, but I guess weirder things have happened. Where is he? There he is. Alright, voice call. There we go. Now we just wait for him to answer. Yes, thank you, Isaiah. Remember, these movies are nothing more than my opinion. Which means if you like a movie I have lower on the list, that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to like whatever you like. And I will try not to be too harsh. I'll try to keep the cursing to a minimum this time through. But yeah, nothing more than a personal opinion. Anyway, welcome Mountain Kitty to the stream once again. I honestly didn't expect this to be another crossover, but here we are again.
It's crossover at this point.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. Alright, so now...
But I am a little sick, so don't be surprised that I cough a lot.
No problem. Alright, so we have all the movies here. Well, I had them in order. Freaking thing messed up. Well, it looks like
But
it's...
let's say, what the heck is Wish?
Yeah, Wish was in here. It decided to just... Hold on. Easy fix. I just go here, scroll down. Yep, right there. Easy fix.
There we go.
Alright, aside from that, I think this is in order. It all looks pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, looks.
yeah, it just took that one off for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this list started. This is going to be a very long video, so... oh wait, you're still in intermission. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, now you guys can see. Alright. So without any more further ados or delays, let's begin. Let's go all the way back to 1940 with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. For the time, it was definitely something amazing because it was the first ever full-length animated Disney movie. But nowadays, against the competition, I'd probably put this about here.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I can't really say it's great because it is definitely dated, but it does have a lot of really good things about it. The animation is nice. I do like its rotoscope kind of feel to it. The Evil Queen is an iconic villain. Snow White is just the most precious little thing. Like, she's just the most gentle,
awesome.
lovable character. And then the dwarves are the best part of the movie. And then it also started the long streak Disney had of finding horrible ways to off their villains, despite it being a kids movie. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say Snow White goes in the good tier, but I can't really put it any higher because it is pretty dated. It's enjoyable, it's delightful, it's fun, but nowadays it just doesn't stack up to the rest of them as much. Next is Pinocchio. That's going right there.
Yeah, obviously, great.
Yeah, that's like not even a debate. That is without a doubt going in the great tier. I mean, it's Pinocchio. It's the classic tale of this puppet wanting to be a real boy and then trying to, set out to achieve that goal by doing all these things that he thinks is right, but ends up going every which other way. And not to mention, we've got, 3 Pinocchio movies last year, I think? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still the best one, at least in my opinion. But yeah, Pinocchio is definitely a great film, and raise your hand in the comments section if you're one of those people that was scarred by the donkey transformations as a kid.
And fuck the live action one. I'm sorry, but I hate it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the animated one.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That scene had to have traumatized kids.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what.
Okay, so this looks like it's a little bit out of order, but it's okay, because I can just pull up Wikipedia. Whenever this thing wants to load, we'll get rid of this. So let's see, we did Snow White, Pinocchio. Okay, yes. So next is Fantasia. Right there.
Yep.
That's not even remotely a debate. Like, it's Fantasia. Yeah, I don't really think there's much debate need to be said there. Amazing music, great animation, Night on Bald Mountain. Go on and on and on. Alright, next is Dumbo. This was one of my favorites as a kid. And watching it now, I'm going to put it there.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is definitely a good movie, but its biggest problem is it doesn't really have much of a story to it until the second half. So, because of that, I can't really put it higher like I did with Pinocchio and Fantasia. It doesn't really have a story, but it is definitely a very good, enjoyable, entertaining movie, and don't even get me started on that pink elephant scene. I don't know how that flew by back in the day, but that's crazy. Alright. Next came Bambi. That's going right there. I don't think it's better than Pinocchio, but it is definitely a great movie. Is there really much to say about, though?
No.
Yeah, not really. It's more like what you see is what you get. And then you have, of course, the horrible, horrible, sad death that's like right in the middle of the movie. So.
Yeah.
Okay, now these 5 random things down here, I don't think I've ever seen, so they're just gonna all go right there. Like, I don't remember any of these.
That's funny though. It's just randomly there.
Yeah, those 5 can all go in that section because I cannot remember a single thing about them. Outside of maybe one of them had Donald Duck in it, I don't know. They're just weird compilation movies from what I've been able to gather, but I don't remember it at all, so I can't really put it in the tiers fairly. Alright, next is Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Ichabod, just that half of the movie is up here, but the Mr. Toad part is probably down here. So I'd say that probably puts it at about here. I want to put it higher because the Ichabod half of this movie is so good. And of course, it's one of the first animated retellings of the Headless Horseman. But the Mr. Toad part really does drag it down because it turns very generic and cliche afterwards. Double check I'm doing this in the right order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. It is in the right order. Alright. Next is Cinderella. It's definitely an iconic classic movie, but it's another one that kind of falls into the dated category. It is better than Snow White.
Yeah, definitely.
But I can't put it any higher than that. Simply because it is dated. It's very good, it's entertaining, it's enjoyable, but it's pretty dated. So, because of that, it's going right there in the good tier. Alice in Wonderland, right there. Like, not even remotely a discussion. That is easily one of Disney's best movies, especially of their earlier years. It's wild, it's creative, it's goofy, it's fun. And of course, the Cheshire Cat. Need we forget the Cheshire Cat?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's going in great tier. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Peter Pan. I know probably a lot of people want me to put it up here, but
Yes, considering me.
not really sure I can justify that, though. I'll tell you what, I'll put it there. Bottom of great tier.
But you gotta admit, Captain Hook is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it is a great movie,
Somewhat.
absolutely. But again, it falls into that weird early Disney's dated category. And because of that, it kind of falls off a little bit. But it's still a great film, absolutely, undoubtedly. Okay, next up is Lady and the Tramp. It can go
I
right there.
forgot about this mostly.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it too, I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate it by any means, but it's one of the more forgettable ones. Sleeping Beauty. This is one of the only times in this entire list you're gonna see me put a Disney princess movie this high, but right there.
Yes, it deserves it.
From the amazing animation to the good voice acting to its whole fairy tale setting, and then it's put over the top of the great tier by purely Maleficent. Easily one of the best villains in all of Disney. So, yeah, Sleeping Beauty deserves to be up there. 101 Dalmatians. I mean, Cruella de Vil is a great villain, absolutely. But I'm not really into this one.
Yeah, so put in the great section, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not really into this one. I like Cruella as a villain, and it has some really good music, but I don't know. Outside of that, I don't really remember this one all that much. I don't know. That's probably controversial, but it's just my opinion. Sword and the Stone, you can go right
Neither.
there.
The only thing I remember is the McDonald's voice.
I am a sucker for medieval fantasy. This tells the story of King Arthur in a very goofy, funny way, and Merlin is a delight
Yes.
every single second
I like the being
that
great.
he is on screen. So, yeah, and this was another one of my favorites as a kid. So, yeah, childhood nostalgia does play into this, which is why you'll see some movies higher than others. So, yeah, I definitely love Sword in the Stone. One of my favorites, absolutely. Jungle Book. Uh, it can go right there. It's overrated, but I can say it is still good. In my personal opinion, it's a little overrated. So boring. Like,
Yeah.
story's boring. I don't remember any of it. Robin Hood. I don't care if you're one of those movies that blatantly steal his animated movies, you are going right there. You were one of my favorites as a kid, and you're still one of my favorites. Is okay. Like, it has some really cool ideas and concepts,
Is
but
that
I
the
feel like...
Chippendale?
What, Mountain Katie?
Is that Chippendale?
No, this is something else.
Like the Chippendale.
Yeah.
I said is that Chippendale?
No, it's not Chippendale.
Oh, okay.
It's two mouses. It's two mice. But the original Rescuers is an
No,
okay
it kind of
movie.
confused me with the rescue thing.
Yeah. The original Rescuers is okay, but pretty forgettable. Fox and the Hound
Okay.
has a great story, but I'm gonna put it right there. Because outside of that, it's kind of par of the course for Disney. Black Cauldron.
Hmm.
The one that people love to say is the worst of them by default. I wouldn't go that far, but I can definitely say that it's not as good as it should be. I love the dark stuff it throws in there, but it is definitely nothing more than okay. Great Mouse Detective, starring Vincent Price. For that alone, it goes right there. Vincent Price is a horror legend, and he's great in that movie. Oliver and Company, bad. Like, just bad. I don't really have much to say about that one.
Yeah.
It's just bad. The original Little Mermaid. You can go there with your other Disney princess counterpart, Cinderella. Little Mermaid is a very good movie, but calling it like one of the greatest Disney movies of all time, I don't see it. And I apologize for anyone I might offend by saying it. But also, a little side note, definitely check out the remake, too. The remake's actually pretty good. Rescuers Down Under, definitely better than the original. So I'll put it there. No, I'll put it a little higher. I'll put it there. It can go right there for Rescuers Down Under, purely because of its gorgeous animation. Beauty and the Beast. You can also go right there. You're the best of these three, but you're still preference sort of thing. So don't crucify me for putting it this low. It's a personal taste thing. Next is Aladdin. If you guys saw my review, you should all know exactly where that's going. Right there. Best one so far by a mile. Great animation, great voice acting, great characters, great writing, great songs. It's freaking Aladdin. You want more about why this movie's amazing? Go see my review. Literally cannot say anything more. And I believe I put Lion King on the same tier, but not as high. I'm going to put Lion King... I'll put Lion King at the top of the great tier, because I don't think it's a Masterpiece Collection movie twice. And it's because its story is an unoriginal rehash of Hamlet. Like, if you've read your Shakespeare, you know that little tidbit. But outside of that, still an amazing, great movie. Next is Pocahontas. I'm going to make a lot of people mad from this one. It's going there. And again, like I said in my review, it's probably a personal connection thing, being I'm Indian, but I just always connected with Pocahontas. Even as a kid, it was always one of my favorite Disney movies. And even now, is still one of my favorites. Really enjoy Pocahontas. Then you got Hunchback. Hunchback is a great film, and it really started to show how adult Disney was willing to go with some of these movies back in the day without, crossing the line into PG-13. Like, they still kept it kid-friendly, but they found ways to, wink, wink, nudge, nudge at the adults. And this is arguably one of the most adult movies Disney ever did. I won't say why because I don't want to get flagged, but it is definitely one of the most adult films they've ever done. And I'll leave it at that. Next is Hercules. I understand that this movie is very simplistic, but I do not care. It has always been one of my favorites, and it's going right there. Hades alone puts it in the great tier.
I hate the stupid flag thing.
Mulan, again, if you saw my review, you know where that's going. Right there. Amazing movie. I don't need to say more. Watch my review if you want more context. Tarzan was disappointing, but I by no means hated it. I'm going to put it there. Because it's pretty forgettable, but it does have some really good animation. Even though the music doesn't fit at all, it's still good music. Next is Fantasia 2000. Terrible. Like, what a way to ruin the magic of the original. Next is Dinosaur. Also terrible. Just the CGI alone is enough to put that in the bad tier. Like, just bleh. Terrible movie. Emperor's New Groove, probably the best of the first time watches, and it's going right there. It is so sharp-witted, hilarious, self-aware, breaks the fourth wall, extremely funny, and also has a really great story to boot. So, I mean, winning combination. You want more context? Again, just go watch my initial review. Atlantis was disappointing. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4, but now the more I think about it, it's going in the bad tier. It has some really good potential. I love its more cinematic feel, but the story it has to tell is boring, and not to mention it takes half the movie to get to the freaking story. Like, that is inexcusable. Lilo and Stitch was also pretty disappointing, but I did not by any means hate it or say it was a bad movie, so I'm going to put it right
Not to
there.
me, though.
Yeah, it's going in the okay tier. It disappointed me personally. You know what wasn't disappointing? Treasure Planet. Thank you to my friend Isaiah for recommending this one because this... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll put it over Lion King. Sue me. I loved Treasure Planet. Like, this was one of my favorite first-time watches of the entire marathon, and I'm so glad I finally saw it after all the... Then Home on the Range is terrible. Like, just absolutely terrible. And then Chicken Little's and Shadow Realm. Like, that shouldn't even be a remote argument. It's one of the worst animated movies of all. There. I loved
I will put it masterpiece. You know me.
Yeah, I know. I loved Bull as a kid. I still love it now, but I can definitely see why some people weren't fans of it. But I still think it's a really good movie. Say more, definitely a great film. Next is Tangled. This is one I've wanted to see for a while, and it did not disappoint. It can go there. Tangled was a great time. Like, it was that sharp, witty self-awareness of Emperor's New Groove, but with a Disney princess aesthetic to it. And then Flynn Wimple. But